Welcome, lovers of sport. Today's race to the bottom is the United Football League, which was formed in 2009 and limped along from one debacle to the next until 2012. The 2009 league played a 6-game season called their premier season and included the San Jose, California Redwoods. In 2010, the Redwoods became the Sacramento Mountain Lions, and Paul Pelosi, husband of Nancy Pelosi, who has been in the House of Representatives since 1987. She is going to be our second installment in the Kinda Looks Like segment, because she kind of looks like Bill the Cat, in my opinion. And again, she has been in Congress for a very long time. The longest serving member of Congress, however, was John Dingell, a Democrat from Hawaii, who served 59 years and 21 days and retired in 2019. She is the 11th longest current serving member of Congress. Anyway, the San Jose Redwoods were coached by Denny Green, who sued and won, and the Redwoods still owe his estate $1 million. And
now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
They also boasted Denzel Washington's son, John David Washington, who also played for the Rhine Fire. They played their first season at San Jose State Spartans Stadium, capacity 21,520. Their average attendance was just over 4,000. They also played at AT&T Park, which had a capacity of 45,000. They played 2 total games there with a combined attendance of 13,178. The Sacramento Mountain Lions played at Hornet Stadium at Sacramento State University, capacity 21,000. They had a 20,000. They reported 20,000 in attendance against the Tuskers in September of 2010 and later against the Nighthawks. They also had a 19,000 attendee game with the Locos and another with 13,500 against the Colonials. Their total record was 9-14 if you include the Redwoods, or 7-10 with the Sacramento Mountain Lions. Then there were the New York Sentinels, who went 0-6 and were a one-and-done team. They switched stadiums mid-season from Giant Stadium with a capacity of 82,500 to James M. Stewart Stadium, capacity 11,929, and finally to Reisler Field, capacity 40,000, never achieving more than 12,000 at a game. They became the Hartford Colonials. There were the Virginia Beach Destroyers, coached by Marty Schottenheimer, who also coached the Portland Storm of the WFL in 1974. There were the Las Vegas Locos, coached by Jim Fossil, who was an assistant coach for the Hawaiians of the WFL. And he was also an offensive coordinator with the New Orleans Breakers of the USFL, who worked with Marcus Dupree, a sort of tragic figure, a star out of Oklahoma State, and came to play for the USFL and the Breakers, and wound up coming back much later. He played for the Breakers in 1984, came back to the LA Rams in 1990 and 91 to no real effect. They also had a second-string quarterback in Rush Michna, who played for the Chicago Rush and the San Jose SaberCats. He also played for the Chicago Slaughter of the Champions Indoor Football League. And there were the Florida Tuskers, who lost the first 2 championship games to the Locos. They were coached by Jay Gruden, a 4-time Arena Bowl champion, including beating Kurt Warner and his Barnstormers in Arena Bowl 10. There were the Hartford Colonials, again the former New York Sentinels, and they had an improved record, but nothing great. And then there were the Omaha Nighthawks with their star player Maurice Claret, who won a national championship with the Buckeyes and then got into some serious trouble. So here we go with round 1. My first matchup is going to be with the New York Sentinels against the Hartford Colonials. I know that they're the same franchise, but the Sentinels went 0-6, the Colonials went 3-11, so the Sentinels are going to go to our quarterfinal round. And then I'm also going to put the Redwoods against the Mountain Lions, also the same franchise. The Redwoods were 2-4, the Mountain Lions were 6-10, so I'm going to go ahead and send the Redwoods to the quarterfinals. The Virginia Beach Destroyers against the Omaha Nighthawks. They had one game head-to-head. The Nighthawks beat them on their own home turf. So the Destroyers go to the quarterfinals. And the Locos versus the Tuskers. The Locos appeared in all three championship games that were played and won 2. Tuskers go to the quarterfinals. And in our quarterfinals, we've got the Sentinels versus the Tuskers. That's not much of a matchup at all. The Tuskers were a quality team. They had 7 home games with a total attendance of 72,537. And so we're going to go ahead and send the Sentinels to the championship game. Then there's game number 2, the Destroyers against the Mountain Lions. The Destroyers were basically a club team in a small stadium. They had 4 home games with a total of 44,272 attendance. And so I'm going to go ahead and send the Destroyers to our championship game, the $50 game, if you will.
The Sentinels and the Destroyers, that's an easy call. The Sentinels did come back as the Hartford Colonials. The Destroyers were a one-and-done team, and therefore our Toilet Bowl champion for the United Football League is the Virginia Beach Destroyers. Thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe, and every pair of eyes is appreciated, every click, every comment.